Okay. Now we're going back to the mansion. After another loading screen. It's a perfect way to start off a video with a loading screen. And once again, Emil goes through a door and decides to whip out try to grab his sword for whatever reason. Like, why? Oh, apparently this is the guy we're supposed to talk to. We're supposed to talk to Sebastian.
Master Zelos, Lady Celis has been...
Yes, we know.
Duke Bryant and Miss Sheena are currently out looking for Lady Celis. Regaling.
Yes, that's exactly what he just said.
Already skipped town. Oh.
Marta.
Oh, look, Marta came back. Marta joined the party again.
Sebastian, tell me exactly what happened.
I was the one who witnessed it, Master Zelos. I had presented Lady Celis with an exceptional gem called the Glockius. I had just begun explaining its origins when it happened.
When it happened.
Sir Lloyd suddenly came in through the window.
The thought occurred to me, how would we get past the soldiers in that patrol boat? And then, suddenly, it happened. So, Hot Shots Part 2 reference there. Some of you may not know about that movie. I believe they came out in 95, so for some of you that may have been before you were born.
And there's been
It
no
was
word from
95.
Lloyd.
I don't remember.
We have yet to hear anything.
That's weird.
If you have not seen Hot Shots Part 2, you need to watch it.
Then why go to the trouble of kidnapping?
Scott.
You're wrong.
Very, very, very funny.
I saw him with my own eyes.
What would you know about Lloyd anyway? You really think he smells like that?
Smell?
Yep, when he ran by,
Smell?
it was this horrible stench. I thought I was gonna pass out. Lloyd's never been the sort to wear cologne, and even if he was, he'd never put on something that putrid.
So, what? Someone's disguising themselves as Lloyd?
Now that you mention it, it did smell.
Was it ode to seduction?
That's it. Wait, that would mean Dex was disguised as Lloyd?
Indeed. Plot twist!
Hey, you guys want to enlighten the rest of us as to what you're talking about?
Yeah, you see, now things start to make
I gotta
sense.
say that. So anyway, there's a good chance the Lloyd we saw was actually this Vanguard guy Dex in disguise.
Because if you remember,
Smell.
they said the Solemn's core, that's what let Dex, transform into image of Brute back in the
All right, come
Temple
with
of
me for an
Ice.
audience with His Majesty. Let Regal and
So
Sheena
it
know
could
when they come
have, so it
back.
could very easily let him transform into Lloyd. Plus, they said Solemn's core was there, so there's a very good chance that was Dex.
An audience?
The House of Wilder is second in status only to the royal family. We have to report this
That
immediately.
may also
Let's
mean
go.
that the same Lloyd that killed the blood purge thingy, that could have also been Dex as well. And now you see all the pieces, things are finally starting to, in terms of that, things are finally starting to come together. I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. No, I don't want fucking monster book. Let's go to the castle. It's like, you don't need to see that, Clarence. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Move along. This is not the Marta you're looking for.
Zelos, chosen one. I'm told that Bud has kidnapped Celis.
Bud.
To be more accurate, Your Majesty, she was taken by an imposter of his.
Hey, if any of you played original Symphonia, you'll kind of get the significance of Bud.
Excuse me, why do you call him Bud?
Because he's my bud.
You say those barbarians who call
Like,
themselves
of course.
the Silveranti Liberation
It's like in
Front
Tremors.
committed this crime? How
Like,
awful.
what's all that cannon fuse for? It's for my cannon. It's like, what else would it be for?
Your Majesty.
Majesty, Duke Bryant and Shina Fujibayashi of Mizuho
Fujibayashi.
have arrived.
I would speak with
She probably has a great whatever granddaughter named Suzu. As you know, in Tales of Fantasia, at least the PlayStation and Game Boy Advance version, it's Suzu Fujibayashi. So there's probably some relationship there. I think that's the only case where they've actually reused the last name in a Tales series. I mean, although there's a couple Tales series I'm not familiar with them. I'm not particularly familiar with, well, let's see, Destiny, Eternia, Rebirth, and Graces. Tempest, Innocence, and Hearts, I never really touched those.
Marta?
I really hope we get Graces, though, because that'd be awesome.
So, Marta, dear, how do you know something like that?
You see, this flower in my hair tells me things.
Former Vanguard, huh?
A member of the Vanguard?
Wait for it.
Stop, please. Marta has nothing to do with the Vanguard anymore.
And right now, my sister's life is more important. Put away your weapons. So far, the Vanguard hasn't made any
Yes,
attempt to contact
Zelos'
me
sister is
regarding my
more
sister's
important
kidnapping.
than the will of the king!
Which is why I suspect they've abducted Celis in order to get to Lloyd rather
Makes
than me.
perfect sense, doesn't it?
Why would they do that?
Emil, the Vanguard's after the cores too, correct? That would include whatever cores Lloyd has.
Oh, really?
I see. They took Celis so they can make a trade with Lloyd.
Well, it could just be
If they
coincidence.
wanted to do that, they should have taken Colette.
Celis came in possession of the core. They set out to steal it, and ended up grabbing her when they realized she'd be useful as well.
Dex, how could he?
We'll need to infiltrate the Vanguard's base. Your Majesty, in case our
Now, why
mission
couldn't
fails,
Celis
I
fight
would request
back?
the Royal Army be
'Cause,
ready to take up the search for Celis.
Doing a little, isn't in the original Symphonia that you can do an optional arena fight against Celis.
Of course.
And she's
I'll have my
actually
generals make the necessary
fairly tough.
preparations immediately.
So,
As for me,
why can't she fight back? Just like grab your bag and just scream, Mini Meteor!
I've already asked my people to start a search.
Excellent. But chosen one, shouldn't you consider
Alright,
staying
Lloyd, you can just
behind in
scream,
the city?
Tensho Sohazan!
If I don't get some thrills in now and then, I'll grow old before my time. Well then, Your Majesty, we will take our leave.
Or as you know in the English version, I'll show you divine justice. But it's called Falcon Crest. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Ugh. Alright, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go now? That's the only lyric I know. Hooray! Cape Fortress. I do not feel like doing that at all. I don't feel like...
I'd
Blah.
like to say something before we go.
Wait a minute.
Is something the matter?
I'm...
Oh, whoops, he
What
said
are you
I'm sorry.
apologizing for?
It's about Lloyd. I've been thinking, what if all of these terrible things I've been blaming on Lloyd were actually done by his imposter?
Emil,
I don't know. Maybe this is the only time it's his imposter. Of course, it could turn out that the real Lloyd is responsible for this.
Couldn't we be talking about this while we're on the way to the Cape
But every
Fortress?
time I hear
Do we
one of
really
Lloyd's
have to
friends talk
stop
about
right
him,
here?
It's hard to believe he's the same person.
Do we
who
need
did all
Tenebrae to
these
come
terrible
out and
things.
initiate another speaking ban? Because I believe that's definitely necessary right now.
So,
I appreciate what you're trying to say, but we have no idea what the truth is.
yes, I know. It's just, I finally realized I can't jump to conclusions when there's so much doubt about what's happened. That's why I wanted to say I'm sorry.
Then let's call a truce. When you gave me the
I really have
evil
nothing
eye,
to
I
say
think you was
anymore.
just some punk. But now that I've gotten to know you, you're a pretty decent kid.
Zelos, you don't have to talk like that.
Yeah, he was a punk because he wasn't one of your darling honeys.
It was probably probably Emil in Ratatosk mode that gave you the evil eye.
Indeed.
That's because it's red. You don't fuck with someone who has red eyes.
This so-called Ratatosk mode.
Stop it! Stop talking about the other Emil like that! That Emil is Emil too, and he's doing the.
You ever notice how large anime characters' eyes are, like, in proportions to their head?
Ah, right.
It's like their eyes are like twice as big as like the eyes of a normal human.
Yes, I'm afraid I went too far as well. I'm sorry, Emil.
No.
Shit, this is already gonna be 3 videos.
Well, moving on.
I do not want a half part.
Sorry to rush you all, but I'm worried about Celis.
Yeah.
Yes, let's get moving. So next time we are going to.
Damn them.
Nah,
Care if
fuck
they're
it.
the Vanguard or